I'm Sarah Fergani with KENS 5 News now on this Tuesday, February 21st. If you see or smell smoke near JBSA Camp Bullis today, officials say don't panic. They're performing a prescribed burn beginning today until Sunday, weather permitting. The burns are to reduce the very flammable dead brush on the 27,000-acre base to prevent another wildfire. New overnight, a 24-year-old man was shot while riding his bicycle. Police say he was on Somerset Road on the south side when a car drove by and someone inside opened fire. A Good Samaritan found the victim and took him to a nearby hospital. Police said they don't have any information on the shooter and they continue to investigate. Russian President Vladimir Putin says Russia is suspending its participation in a treaty aimed at containing nuclear weapons expansion. He made that announcement in a major address to his nation within the last few hours. The so-called New START treaty was signed by Russia and the U.S. in 2010. Putin said Russia must stand ready to resume nuclear weapon tests if the U.S. does so. He also accused Western countries of igniting and sustaining the year-long war in Ukraine and dismissed any blame for Moscow. Meanwhile, President Biden is in Poland today and expected to give a speech of his own. He called Russia's attack obvious war crimes, and it comes just one day after his historic surprise trip to Ukraine. Now in Warsaw, the president is meeting with Poland's president and other NATO leaders. While in Ukraine on Monday, Mr. Biden promised another $450 million worth of military aid.
Pulling people out of apartments are being shelled and literally, I think, is war crimes. It's astounding. And the whole world sees it.
According to the White House, the trip took months of planning and secrecy and surveillance to pull off. Here in Texas, experts fear lawmakers have made an expensive mistake that will delay or maybe even mess up election results. Most counties need to buy brand new voting machines by 2026 to comply with the law, and the technology required does not exist. After you cast your ballot, votes are collected on a high-security thumb drive and are uploaded to a computer that counts them. But that process is about to become illegal in 2026, leaving lawmakers with few options.
Is going to take a lot longer. It is going to be less efficient. It is going to be less secure. It is going to be less accurate.
Ryan Macias is one of the nation's premier voting machine experts, and he says the legislature has 2 sessions to clean this up. Tributes are pouring in for San Antonio icon and a pioneer, Red McCombs. The man known as a titan of industry in our city died Sunday. He was 95 years old. City leaders say the billionaire helped put the Alamo City in the national spotlight in business and philanthropy. He played a key role in bringing the Spurs to San Antonio and also for putting keys in thousands of drivers' hands across our area. New details also about a grandmother and her emotional support dog, both hit and killed by an accused drunk driver. Right now, that driver is out on bond, facing a DWI charge. Police say 44-year-old Keenan Ramsey was intoxicated when he hit Frances Garriaga Beecham and her dog on Valentine's Day. The two had just stepped off the bus, and police say they were crossing the street, not using a pedestrian crosswalk.
The sirens, but we didn't know it was her.
Yeah, it was just a shock. It was hard to believe.
The family says someone picked up their mom's phone in that area after the crash, and they're hoping to get the phone back now. Meanwhile, a special prayer service is being planned for 3 family members, including 2 young children. They were killed in a devastating fire in Atascosa County near Von Army. 4-year-old and 2-year-old Mia and Ezekiel and their grandmother, Vanessa Ortega, died in that massive blaze early Sunday. Firefighters say the home was overrun with fire. The cause is still under investigation. Meanwhile, Lina Serdar-Keel, who turned 5 years old on Monday, remains missing with no new leads, but now her family hopes a new sketch will help in their search. This sketch here shows what Lina could possibly look like now. She appears a little older with subtle changes to her forehead and jawline. Lina's father is also encouraging people to share the photo online. There's a $300,000 reward if you have any information on her. Call SAPD. Scenes like that in Austin becoming a lot more common. Car groups taking over busy intersections and also now sparking reaction from the San Antonio Police Department. Chief William McManus told us that it was SAPD that actually tipped off Austin police. On Twitter, Chief McManus called the act dangerous and disruptive and said they ended with numerous arrests, citations, and gun and vehicle seizures. He's asking the public to call police and report it if you see a street takeover. Scary moments during Mardi Gras. A parade float caught fire in New Orleans last night. Check this out here. Thankfully, officials say no one was hurt, but it was really scary. Witnesses recorded this video showing smoke pouring from the float. The cause is still under investigation. And check this out. This isn't the only thing you get.
Yeah, part of the award is a check for $1,000 just for you.
Oh my God.
An emotional moment when we walked into Miss Yvonne Rodriguez's classroom for the big surprise at Edgewood ISD and presented her with this $1,000 check. It's all part of our KINS 5 Excel Award with our partner Credit Human, which honors the best teachers across 19 school districts. Our winner this week comes from Edgewood ISD. If you'd like to check out her story and the stories of past winners, go to kins5.com/excel. Right now, checking in for today's forecast with meteorologist Paul Mireles.
All right, on this Fat Tuesday, it's going to be really a nice day. Partly cloudy skies, low this morning, upper 50s, but we're going to warm up. Mostly sunny this afternoon, highs in the mid 80s, around 84. And if you're going out to the rodeo, I think it's going to be a nice evening in the 70s.
That's KINS 5 News now. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm Sarah Fogani. See you tomorrow.